Nice. This is perfect. Now we get to wipe his token as well. Our Archon survives. We lose our 2/2s, but we clear his blocker. So our Archon should be able to strike now. Never mind. Hey everybody, welcome back. Thanks for taking time to watch Hello Good Game, the only place for Magic the Gathering Arena beginner content. Today we're playing Boros Auras, which we've made with one of our new Patreon supporters, which if you're interested in supporting us on Patreon, link in the description below. So part of that is you get a custom deck built with you and fine-tuned throughout the month. So today we're just doing some initial testing. It is in the last days of the season. So we're in Mythic and we want to kind of stay there with a good percentage and get into the ranks tonight, right? We're sitting at 97% and we'd like to finish top 1,000. So we've got some work to do. We're going to invite some friends over for Friday Night Magic, have some pizzas and drink some brews maybe. Let me know in the comments below what you guys have planned for your quarantine Friday Night Magic. I know Wizards has put on a wonderful event for us, so I'm really going to be enjoying that later today with you guys as well. We are live on Twitch every single morning, 6 a.m. PST. You can also jump in the Discord if you have any questions or concerns, right? So, like I said, Boros Auras, a new deck that we're working on. We're in just play queue today because it's the last of the season. We're going to take a look at the deck list, go into some strategy, watch some gameplay footage, and then come full circle with some closing thoughts and our plans for this deck in the future. So again, thank you guys all for your continued support and attention. I really appreciate it. If you want to support this channel, there's a million ways to do so. Like I said, on Patreon, YouTube, Twitch, etc. You can also, if you don't have the bucks to shell out and you still want to support, just leave a playlist up and playing while you're sleeping, out at work, any of that shenanigans. I know it seems weird, but everything helps me grow, and that's to support the dream, boys. Let's make it come true. We're closer every single day, and again, it all would not be possible without each and every one of you. So I take this second to sincerely thank you. Thank you so much. Okay, let's get into it. All right, you guys, our deck starts out with 4 copies of Elset of Life's Bounty, a 1/1 with lifelink. You can sacrifice it, target creature or enchantment you control, gains protection from the color of your choice until end of turn. Sentinel's Eyes ×4. This is an enchantment aura because it is an aura-based deck. Enchanted creature gets +1/+1, has vigilance. You can pay 1 to escape it by exiling 2 other cards from your graveyard to replay it from your graveyard. 4 copies of Starfield Mystic, our first 2-drop. It's a 2/2. Enchantment creatures you cast cost 1 less to cast. Whenever an enchantment creature you control is put into the graveyard from the battlefield, put a 1/1 counter on Starfield Mystic. We have 4 copies of Transcendent Envoy. This is a 1/2 with flying. It is an enchantment creature, or spells you cast cost 1 less to cast. We have 3 copies of Robber of the Rich, a 2/2 with reach and haste. Just a regular creature, no enchantment here. However, whenever Robber of the Rich attacks, if defending player has more cards in their hand than you, exile the top card of their library during any turn you've attacked with a rogue. You may cast that card and spend a mana as though it were any color to cast that spell. 4 copies of All That Glitters, one of our main combo pieces here, an enchantment aura. Enchanted creature gets +1/+1 for each artifact and or enchantment you control. Moving on to our 3-drops, we have 4 copies of Storm Herald. It's a 3/2 with haste. Storm Herald enters the battlefield. Return any number of aura cards from your graveyard to the battlefield attached to creatures you control. Exile those auras at the beginning of your next end step. If those auras would leave the battlefield, exile them instead of putting them anywhere else. Moving on to our 4-drops, we have 3 copies of Archon of Sun's Grace. This is a 3/4 with flying and lifelink. Pegasus creatures you control have lifelink. It has Constellation, and whenever an enchantment enters the battlefield under your control, create a 2/2 white Pegasus creature token with flying. Iora's Blessing, an enchantment aura. Enchant creature you control. When Iora's Blessing enters the battlefield, it deals 4 damage to target creature or planeswalker an opponent controls. Enchanted creature gets +1/+1. We have 4 copies of Storm's Wrath, a sorcery spell. Storm's Wrath deals 4 damage to each creature and each planeswalker. 1 single copy of Outlaw's Mermant. This is a 4-drop, an enchantment, and at the beginning of your upkeep, choose 1 at random. Create a red and white creature token with the following characteristics. It's either a 3/1 human warrior with trample and haste, a 2/1 human cleric with lifelink and haste, or a 1/2 rogue with haste, and whenever this creature enters the battlefield, it deals 1 damage to any target. We have 8 plains, 7 mountains, 4 sacred foundries, and 4 temple of triumphs. Okay, you guys, our deck strategy isn't too complicated here. It's pretty basic. Obviously, it revolves around all that glitters. Enchanted creatures get +1/+1 for each artifact and enchantment you control. So we're stacking enchantments on the field. They're auras in this case, so it's got a dual synergy. I'll lay it out for you. We stack everything, we do a couple chip damage, we draw, we get all of our components that we want, in which case we wipe the field, and then all of our auras go to the graveyard, all of our creatures go to the graveyard, all of their stuff goes to the graveyard. We kill everything, right, with Storm's Wrath. Then we play our Storm Herald, in which case everything that was an aura in the graveyard comes back attached to him, and you smash in for lethal. It's as easy as that. So that's the main idea of this deck. There's a couple other things for survival, right? Obviously, we have Iora's Blessing and Archon of Sun's Grace for spot removal, and then additional life gain if you want. We have Sentinel's Eyes, giving +1/+1 and an enchantment on our Archon of Sun's Grace, pushing it to 5 defense, right? At which point we can use our Storm's Wrath and have our Archon of Sun's Grace survive. It's also an enchantment which will trigger the Pegasus, but the Pegasus is going to get wiped by the Storm's Wrath, so that's not too important, right? Transcendent Envoy makes everything that's an aura cost less to cast, the same as Starfield Mystic. You can get a turn 3 Outlaw's Merman if you play turn 2 Starfield Mystic, so that's a pretty OP play. Elset of Life's Bounty is just to protect your creatures, so you can be sure to get that kill in, right, if you need. Robber of the Rich is just a really cool tempo play on turn 2, especially if you're on the play and they don't have a defender out. They automatically have more cards in their hand than you. So that's a really cool turn 2. But that's basically the deck, you guys. Really, the main thing is get these enchantment creatures out there. Make sure you find yourself a Storm Herald. Make sure you find yourself a Storm's Wrath. And then wipe the field, play your Herald, bring all of your enchantment auras, like all that glitters, Sentinel's Eyes, Iora's Blessing, back from the graveyard to the field, and you smash your opponent. That's it, right? That's the deck strategy. All right, you guys, before we get into some gameplay footage, I have a couple reminders. Please join the Discord. We have so many community events going on. It's not even funny. Everything from brawl tournaments to upcoming draft leagues. We have meme contests. We have highlight contests. We have straight up gem giveaways, which all you have to do is join to be entered in to win up to 500,000 gems, you guys. So plenty of things going on in our Discord, link in the description below. We're also live on Twitch every single morning, 6 a.m. PST. If you'd like to come have a live conversation with us, I'd really appreciate that. Join the community. We have a good time. Again, that's all. Let's get into today's gameplay footage. All right, you guys, this is our first time playing the deck. This is just preliminary testing phases where we're going to play the deck. We're going to work on it, tweak it as we go, just so you guys get a hold on the process that I go through when I do make these decks. So this is going to be like a parted series. And we've got our basic deck. We love all that glitters. That's what the whole deck basically focuses around. We're using Storm's Wrath as our sweeper. We have Archon of Sun's Grace for token generation. And I don't think our opponent is playing much for creatures, so we might just want to ramp as quickly as possible. Right? All that glitters for 1. Honestly, you guys, that's beyond broken. Like, oh. I mean, let's chill. Let's try to get our Archon of Sun's Grace out, and that way when we cast our All That Glitters, we're not walking straight into removal or exile on our creature here. We'll stay alive.
Nothing to fear from me.
Elspeth gets us is the thing. So let's try it. And we do have Storm's Wrath as well, which is pretty cool. The Envoy itself is an enchantment, so that's really cool. And it's also below 3 mana cost, So it's avoiding Elspeth Conquers Death, which is like pretty cool in the current mana, or the current meta. The current mana meta? I don't know. It consists of white, Elspeth Conquers Death. My favorite card in the set. Maybe that's why I think that. And let's just hold our hand and kill our opponent. Right, if he does anything, we can sweep. Starfield Mystic also escapes his Elspeth Conquers Death, which is pretty cool. And then if he does deal with our Transcendent Envoy, when these enchantments leave the battlefield, it'll click up our Starfield. So his back's basically against the wall, right? He needs some low-cost exile or removal, because he's done in one more turn. There's no need to spam all your cards. It's a long game. Like, you never know when you're going to walk into a Shatter the Sky, right? I'm sure he's doing his Yu-Gi-Oh! Mantras on the other side, summoning it to the top. Okay, he's looking for land. It's on the end of our turn. Okay, I was going to say, hopefully he didn't spend his whole turn doing that. Little life. We're safe from Elspeth. If he plays anything too crazy, we can deal with it with Storm's Wrath. Really? We could cast it now to make sure we have the kill this turn, right? Because that would be enough. Oh no, he's got 2 defenders. I thought that was only 1. That would have been a terrible error. Right? Killing him with really only 3 cards. Kind of crazy. Because you know this is a top tier deck. Look at all these lands he's dropping. They're all rare. He's got an Elspeth Conquers Death in the sideboard. I'd say for a first match, that worked pretty good. Okay, so we can see a similar hand here. We did get really lucky with 2 copies of All That Glitters. That's not always going to happen, right? That's pretty rare and unique. Land can go to the bottom. Forest into a Grazer. Oh my god. Into a Scry land, I'm sure. Ooh, Fable Passage. Alright. Right, that actually drops the cost of our enchantment creatures as well, so now we can double drop these. So Starfield Mystic is the Housemaster, obviously, as you can see, based on his art of Theros. As soon as I seen this card and this art, I knew we were going back to Theros, and I knew this was going to be a bomb card. Just such I don't want to say the word I was thinking of, but that's a good card. You know what I mean? So I wonder if we could analyze this current set and look for any bomb cards that are pre-worked into the next set. I think that's something really cool that... wow. So we're going up against Gruul. Hopefully he doesn't get removed. I'm kind of actually foreseeing it. But even if he does, like... Ooh, 5/5. Can't be blocked by more than one creature. Whenever he deals damage to combat damage to a player, destroy target artifact or enchantment that player controls. That's cool. We can give it protection though. I mean, that's cool as well. And then we can bring it all back on our Starfield Mystic after we wipe the field. But the 5/5 is going to be troublesome. And it does need to be combat damage, so we get saved there a little bit. Razor has reach. Annoying. Saving our Storm Herald. Using Storm's Wrath. I never realized that until this very moment, but they both have Storm in the name. It's basically the same card. This card just goes like right over top of it. Like, this guy's missing his head. There it is. It's just a different point of view. Okay. So we're gonna give our Starfield Mystic protection, and then we have got a blocker that he can't deal with, right? Just so we're still getting value from that. Right? Able to shut down a shaman this turn at least. No attacks. Let's try and defend? Question mark. I'm debating whether we try just to get our Starfield Mystic above 4 and then wipe to have him survive. Oh my god, another one. Oh, wow. Wow. I was like, well, we could deal with the first. That's not so bad. Oh, can't be blocked by more than one creature. Oops. Wow. Is that a bummer or what? Let's get the kill. He's gonna kill something of ours. Whether it be the creature. And then he gets the glitters by default. We do tick up by 2, which is nice. I don't know, right? Doesn't look good. So matchup against Gruul shouldn't be tough because Storm's Wrath is supposed to hit everything, but this Sundering Shaman we've run into, which is an off-meta card, I don't think typically something we'd see in ranked. So by golly. It's just not good. This is a losing equation in so many ways. Oh my god. We do gain a little bit back, but we don't have much, but it's gonna give us the defenders. Right? Which is the thing. Normally we want to bring back like a lot more than that. take the life and just chill out with the defenders. I hit the strike now because we do lose it at the end of turn with Storm Herald. That's why it's nice, because you get to take as many as you want, so it's really, really, really nice late game drop. But I don't know how we're gonna get through the here and now. You know what I mean? So we can take this trade pretty easily. And we should have stayed back to defend, maybe. I guess we gained the life earlier, so it doesn't matter. And then we can just take the life gain there, I think. Or we take the damage, trade the one creature. Down to 6, and now we can gain quite a bit back. The land sucks. He still has one card in his hand, so it doesn't trigger the robber. He can trade with the Paradise Druid. Fine. So we are definitely in the corner, back up against the wall. 5-5 on the field. Ouchie. We can chump block, gain 2 life. Hopefully he has no removal. I know Gruul is riddled with it, especially flyer removal. I don't think he wants to drop his last card in case we have another robber. Oh, he does, and he's gonna fight our Pegasus. And it's got 5 defense as well. So that 5 defense has really screwed us over here. Man. Ouchie. If we could do it right now, instant speed, would be pretty cool. We are definitely dead here though. Starfield doesn't do it. And let's show him that, you know, that 5 defensive play did save him. Alright, you guys, 2 land is not a lot. We do have Starfield Mystic, which reduces the costs of our enchantment spells. Opponent has Leyline of the Void right out of the gate. That's pretty cool. We draw our 3rd land. There's our 4th land. Archon of Sun's Grace is in play. We do have access to our Iora's Blessing as well, which is a little bit of removal / enchantment, so that will not trigger our Archon, because he's gone. Deep breaths, you guys. This guy. Oh my god. What's he want? Our Elsed? I guess. Right? Ah! I'll take my scry, please. Land can go from now on. Well, we have God's Willing on Starfield Mystic still. Could be much worse. We also have removal if he's got a creature. So, you know, I've been in tighter spots. Wardshop Enforcer, Death Touch, Afterlife. I get it, I get it. I'm gonna pray he doesn't have removal. No more, well, I say, yeah, he can have removal. What I mean is any more discard effects. Okay, that's alright. It does have Hexproof and Death Touch, though. So we won't be attacking with our Archon. We do have the extra land to protect it with our God's Willing. Right, next turn we can Blessing. His 2-mound Lich, I guess. Interesting. Nah. Should probably kill the 2-mound Lich. No attacks. Let's chill out a little bit. Before we sack our Archon into his Death Touch, I want to get some juice out of it. Really? This guy. Again, we're seeing this off-meta blend do very well. We can give it protection, which will save it from Death Touch. I believe. There should, anyways. Your boy also has Vigi. Valmir Knight for the draw, makes sense. Probably plays it. Mere Trident for the mill. Okay, another Night Veil Predator gone. That's actually kind of nice. I don't like that card. Let's hold our horses. Oh, he's got a draw engine. Lucky dog. I wish I had Chemist's Insight right now. In this Mexican standoff. Oh my god, I didn't expect that. Nice. This is perfect. Now we get to wipe his token as well. Our Archon survives. We lose our 2/2s, but we clear his blocker. So our Archon should be able to strike now. Never mind. Okay. I can't complain too much. It's a nice top deck. Ooh! Ooh, ooh, ooh! Alright, that's about the best play we could have gotten there as well. Is 8 different mana costs in here? How so? Man, that is finely tuned. We might want to just like mill this guy and steal his list. I've never seen this guy at an 8/8 before. Very nice. All right. He has Castle Lochthwain as well, which is really going to carry him through this match. No blocks. We need all that glitters and then give it protection so we can do a direct hit and he can't block it. That's our best bet. Right? Maybe have him pay life a couple times. Keeping some cards in our hand so he thinks there's some stuff going on. You know what I mean? Again, I don't really want to lose Storm's Wrath. Oof. We cannot protect. Sacrifices 2 creatures from that.
Let us march into battle and make new comrades.
If he does it, we can wipe him with our Storm's Wrath. He's gonna do it next turn. Shit.
Rise and shine.
We need another creature this turn. Right?
They were a lousy servant anyway.
Are you joking? The key to our success and we lose it.
How uncivilized. I'll find a use for you later.
He can trade, whatever. He's refilled his whole hand.
It's enlightening.
Liliana survives. That's game. If we can pull a Storm's Wrath right off the top and wipe his Liliana and whatever creature he plays, that might do it, but if not, that's game.
You're good, buddy.
Mere Death Touch, ladies and gentlemen. Very powerful. Taking just the Surveil. That is not Storm's Wrath. Play this one out. Maybe we get lucky. Need to pull our... Actually, they're all in exile. We have no graveyard. So that really hurts us as well. Basically ruins our deck strategy.
Good help is easy to find in war.
Instant and sorcery spells you control have Death Touch? What? How have I not seen this card before? What world have I been living in? That's it, you guys. Alright, you guys, we've made a couple adjustments. We've trimmed the land a little bit, and we've brought in a few more enchantments to try to help get value from our Pegasus. The enchantments have Escape. It's Vigilance 1, +1/+1, which will push our Archon out of reach from our Storm's Wrath, right? Okay, there goes our Archon. He gets to see our whole hand, and he really likes the look of our Storm Herald as well. It's an earlier drop. We get to drop it next turn. And honestly, we're not going to hold it if he's got discard, right? Just let him eat our hands turn by turn. We do need some field presence. It's like a rock, paper, scissors situation. Because now he can't eat our hand. He's got to play a creature. Really going for the mill. Hey, I'll allow it. Let's just spam out and try to aggro this guy down. Sentinel's Eyes, that's the card that we added in. We've taken out God's Willing as well. Right, it's not an enchantment, so it's less important to us. We want 100% synergy. He gets the blocker. We can kill the blocker. He'll spread our damage around. There we go. Get the kill there. And you don't want to stack all your auras on one creature, right? It makes it susceptible to removal, which we see here, and then you'll lose your enchantments. We don't want to exile other enchantments, but it looks like we have plenty of other things. So let's toss this up. We can get rid of land and our Starfield Mist. Ruby. Agonizing Remorse. Definitely going to take our robber. Without a doubt. No way. He must have another. Well, Gargoyle. He's like, well, I can block it. Vanquished Gargoyle cannot attack unless defending player has 7 or more cards in their graveyard. He cannot block unless you have 4 or more cards in hand. He can't block you guys. He doesn't have 4 cards in hand. It didn't say please. I'll allow it. It's not going to be able to block this turn either. Blaze Drown in Secrets trying to mill us. So we do get the nice easy win. Feels pretty bad. Let's see if we can get a better matchup, you guys. I don't really care for this card, you guys. We're going to keep it, and maybe we can utilize some Storm's Wrath. And just look for land here. Whatever we get's a bonus. And then we can wipe the field and then start in on our game plan. We don't have anything good for our opponent to take, really. It's pretty underwhelming, if we're being honest. Right? Like, what do you take here? Bummer. Probably Starfield Mystic, honestly. Taking Storm's Wrath, so that means he definitely has the intention. Get our Mystic out, just because we don't want him to discard that on us. And he goes in for the second Storm's Wrath. Can it be? Since you're in that deep, you may as well. Leaves the 1. Interesting. Well, that's about as good of a turn 3 play as we could ever get, you guys. Oh my gosh, costing less because the Starfield Mystic, which he chose to leave, and that hurts his feelings. Okay, so we're rocking the same deck. It's worked pretty good, but the matches have been pretty quick, so we want to get a nice match against a good deck, like a mono red deck, for example. Deep Breaths, Archon, works. We're gonna need the land to get us there, though. I think we'll pull it, so let's leave it. Prioritizing everything of ours that has any lifelink to it, right? Anything that gains us life. That's our highest priority right now. And I don't think it's going to be simply enough to survive this red deck. Annex Embercleave, it cannot be stopped unless exiled. Not have any exile worked in deck. So this might be falling for that. If only Archon of Sun's Grace was an enchantment creature itself, that would be the coolest thing in the world. He's thinking about it. Has Skewer the Critics available, can kill our Transcendent Envoy. Right? What do you do? Find a new match because your opponent's roping you when he's on the play and with the play. Like, people will leave. Oh, he's here. Yahoo! Gives us the shock, attacks, and then smashes us. Fine. The only reason I haven't roped yet, or conceded, scooped, is the fact that I've not seen Annex yet, and he's playing Skewer the Critics, which is a deep part. Have our Storm Herald, we need our Storm Wrath. Big ol' way. We know he's got removed. It's just doubles. I mean, it does suck because we're clearing our 1/1. Our Archon next turn. But again, that means our Archon has to survive for a turn. Challenge all on its own. Squirt Switter, okay. I'm gonna risk it for the biscuit. And he's not gonna. He might kill either his Fervent Champion or his Ginger Brew. Not into it. Let's pray he's not into this either. Getting that Archon down. No attacks. Opponent can't gain life is the situation over here in the top right with Evolved. So we deal with that. We do have the flyers. We see a Cavalcade here. Brutal. Legion Warboss, not really any better. Just gonna attack with his Ginger Brew. Totally fine for us. I know we can't gain life, but we're also not gonna let any straggler damage through, that's for sure. Oh, he kills our Transcendent Envoy. Interesting. He could kill our Outside of Life's Bounty as well. Not something I took into account with the little dabble here. But that's pretty cool. Does he even know that this trigger went on the stack? He's gone. He's like watching Pornhub, doing weird stuff. Like, who knows? Hitting. Totally focused playing Magic like a boss. I wish we could just kill him without flying. Kind of a bummer. It is what it is, though. Gonna push our double off. Seems weird to do that to our Outside of Life's Bounty, but okay. All is well. If we kill. So our life gain is now reactive, you guys, in which we have 3 defenders who hold it. Okay, as long as there's no Cavalcade of Calamity,
It's awesome.
be okay. Right, we can gain 6 life, 7, 8. Plenty of life, 9 per turn, I guess. And actually, sorry, he's gonna destroy this. But yeah, okay. So this is your typical red deck. He's just missing his Cavalcade. We don't have much to bring back from the graveyard with our Storm Herald, which is a bummer. So I honestly wouldn't mind having our Outside of Life's Bounty die. Excuse me, that could have been the big brain play here. Would be to spread our Sentinel Eyes out so they die, at which point we could just bring them back, re-triggering our Archon of Sun's Grace. Again, our opponent's alt-tabbed out in the World Wide Web. There should be like a little buzzer where you can like click it and it buzzes them. It's like, hi, you're in a match still, bruh. Doc's the Mystic. Interesting. We're gonna give him the option to kill our L set of Life's Bounty. We're gonna block Legion Warboss.
Throw another punch, and you're gonna get burned.
Going for it.
Remember this one?
Still giving him the option to kill our L set of Life's Bounty if he wants. I mean, we do gain life from it, so it's kind of cool to keep it, but at the same time, if we can bring it back, that triggers our Archon of Sun's Grace 2 more times. We're actually getting higher value from it if we have it leave the battlefield, which is a cool thought. Again, we could hold on to that and kind of try to ride it out, right? Hard to say. Clean kill for us. Just land, so like that's not good. I almost want to sack it myself, but let's play it smooth. Just kill his beloved Chandra. A vigilance. Yeah, go big or go home, right? Let's try to execute our combo instead of just trying to push through it slowly. This ends up being incredible. That's a lot of life gain, guys. He does have the castle, which makes him quite formidable. Let's be honest. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 he would hit us for. Wow, that is some damage. I would get the block in, yes, with 3 life, mitigating it down to 13, and we would also get the kill on his something, on his Scorch Spitter, I'm assuming. Unless we want our L-set to die, we might. Gives us more blockers, we can go wider. Important. 23 life is also a nice cushion. Goes into it, right? Gonna tap his castle now. It does have Mentor as well. So let's do it old school, you guys. Let's kill this Legion Warboss. I'm into it. He's doing the math. We've already done it. Could have something pretty cool in his hand. Somehow I doubt it. An Infuriate would be our biggest threat, but not concerning ourselves too much. Alright, he is going to buff here. 2, 4, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 actually. But we only counted 14. Yes, our math skills need to be checked here and there. Let's block this Warboss. Please and thank you. What could have? Maybe he does have the Infuriate. That would be incredible. Baiting whether he could just throw it on me. or like what's going on, right? Like on a non-blocker creature. No, must be a life stage with critics. So typically we wanted to do this and bring those back. But by golly, I think it's gonna have to wait, Billy. We just pulled ourselves another Pegasus off the top. It's too good. I want to do the combo, but for only 2 cards, which we can cast already normally, I don't see the benefit there this turn. You'll still be making 2/2s with lifelink, so that's really good. And our opponent is just the best. Let's push this little guy up to 3, I guess, right? And we'll get rid of these Transcendent Envoys. Making sure to leave all of our auras in the graveyard because of our Storm Herald. And that's going to trigger 2 more. He can pull a Torbrand and probably still kill us. Right? That would be pretty brutal. But he's not into it. Good game. And we survived the red deck. Alright, you guys. That was our first version of Boros Auras. Our chat is blowing up. We already have a ton of tweaks and improvements to make. So at the beginning of next season, we're going to push some rank with Boros Auras. Boros Auras. And we're also going to try to make a free-to-play version for you guys. I know, obviously, it won't be able to focus around Storm Herald, all that glitters. But this is like still a good beginner original deck, I feel like. So thanks for watching. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that bell icon if you've not yet done so. Join the Discord, all that goodness. And most importantly, we'll see you guys all tomorrow. Have a good day. If you liked today's video, be sure to check out some of our other content. We built playlists for our guides for beginners. And then we also have our greatest hits, which is a collection of our most popular videos. You can also subscribe if you're interested in winning up to 500,000 gems. So do that, tap that like button, send this out to a friend who you think might be interested in it as well, and have a great day.